Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. Welcome to this diagnostic guide for DTC P0721, specifically for the Honda Civic models from 2016 to 2021. This error refers to the output shaft countershaft speed sensor being out of range, indicating a potential issue with vehicle speed detection. The output shaft speed sensor plays a critical role in measuring the speed of the transmission, which in turn is vital for the vehicle's performance and safety controls. The placement of this sensor is typically on the transmission housing, making it crucial for monitoring the vehicle's movements. When this sensor fails or shows erroneous readings, it can lead to various drivability issues. This guide will step through the causes, symptoms, and precise troubleshooting steps required to address the problem appropriately. DTC P0721 indicates an issue where the output shaft, countershaft, speed sensor is not reading the vehicle speed correctly. The output shaft speed sensor is essential for the proper functioning of the vehicle's transmission system. Positioned on the transmission housing, this sensor provides crucial data about the countershaft's rotational speed to the powertrain control module, PCM. This information is used to optimize gear shifts and overall vehicle performance. If this sensor is faulty or out of range, the PCM cannot accurately determine the appropriate operation of the transmission, which can lead to performance problems like slipping or harsh shifting. Early identification of this error is vital to avoid further damage to the transmission system. Several factors can lead to DTC P0721, primarily focusing on electrical issues. The first potential cause is a faulty output shaft, countershaft speed sensor itself, which may not be providing accurate data to the PCM. Additionally, loose connections or faulty terminals at the sensor or the PCM can disrupt the communication needed for the system to function correctly. Poor wiring between the PCM and the sensor can also result in poor voltage readings, leading to this code being set. Each of these potential issues must be carefully examined to establish the root cause of the malfunction. Performing comprehensive checks on the associated wiring and connections is a critical step to effectively resolve this issue. When DTC P0721 is triggered, you may observe several operational symptoms affecting the performance of the vehicle. The most common symptom is erratic speedometer readings, where the speedometer may not accurately reflect the vehicle's actual speed. Additionally, drivers may experience transmission shifting issues, such as the vehicle hesitating to shift gears or exhibiting harsh shifts during acceleration or deceleration. In some cases, the transmission may slip, compromising drivability and making it essential to address the issue promptly. Whether it's irregular behavior of the speedometer or a noticeable impact on the shifting patterns, recognizing these symptoms can aid in early diagnosis and prevent further transmission complications. The first troubleshooting step for DTC P0721 involves confirming the problem by starting the engine and holding the speed at 3,000 RPM without load, preferably in neutral. This allows the system to stabilize and ensures that the radiator fan engages, indicating that the engine is fully operational under those conditions. You must perform a test drive for several minutes to gather data regarding the vehicle's speed parameters. Using the Honda Diagnostics System, HDS, check if any vehicle speed is indicated. If speed readings are present, you may be encountering an intermittent failure, suggesting the system may be operational at that moment. However, if no vehicle speed is indicated, it confirms a persistent issue, requiring further investigation based on the next troubleshooting steps. In this second troubleshooting step for DTC P0721, Begin by turning the vehicle to the off or lock mode. Next, disconnect the output shaft countershaft speed sensor 3P connector. This disconnection is crucial for isolating potential electrical issues affecting the speed sensor's connectivity. After disconnecting, turn the vehicle to on mode without starting the engine. Measure voltage across test points 1 and 2 at the sensor connector, ensuring you are checking the right terminals. Test point 1 is the female terminal number 1, while test point 2 is number 3. If you measure about 5.0 volts between these points, proceed to step 4, as it indicates the power supply to the sensor is adequate. If not, go to step 3 to check for further issues with the wiring. During this step of troubleshooting DTC P0721, you will conduct an open wire check specifically for the VCC1 line. Again, with the vehicle in the on mode and the output shaft speed sensor disconnected, measure voltage across test points 1 and 2. This time, test point 1 is at female terminal number 3, while test point 2 is connected to body ground. If the voltage is approximately 5.0 volts, the VCC1 wire is confirmed to be functioning correctly. Consequently, you should then repair any open in the ST1 wire between the PCM and the output shaft speed sensor. If voltage is not present, it indicates a fault in the VCC1 wire supplying power from the PCM, which also needs immediate repair to ensure proper function of the speed sensor. In this fourth troubleshooting step for DTC P0721, you need to determine the output functionality of the output shaft countershaft speed sensor. With the vehicle in on mode and the sensor disconnected, measure voltage between test points 1 and 2. It's important to ensure you are using female terminal number 2 for test point 1 and body ground for test point 2. If you read around 5.0 volts, it indicates that the sensor is likely functioning correctly. Therefore, replacing the output shaft speed sensor is the next step for resolution. On the other hand, if voltage is not present, further investigation into the harness or PCM is required to identify additional faults before proceeding. Moving on to the fifth step of troubleshooting DTC P0721, you must start by turning the vehicle off or into lock mode. Utilize the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to jump the SCS line and allow it to sit for more than 1 minute to ensure it captures the necessary data. Following this, disconnect the PCM connector E, which features 80 pins. This disconnection is essential for isolating the PCM from the rest of the vehicle's electrical system. You will then check for continuity between test points 1 and 2, ensuring that test point 1 is connected to PCM connector pin number 66, and test point 2 is connected to the body ground. If continuity is established at this stage, it suggests a short in the NC wire requiring repair. If not, this indicates that the NC wire is intact, allowing you to proceed to the next step. In the final troubleshooting step for DTC P0721, you must verify the continuity of the NC wire. Similar to previous steps, ensure that the vehicle is in off mode and that both the output shaft speed sensor connector and PCM connector E, which features 80 pins, are disconnected. Continuity testing should be between the output shaft speed sensor female terminal number 2 and PCM connector pin number 66. If continuity is confirmed, the NC wire is functioning correctly, allowing you to check for any authorized service information related to the DTCs or symptoms. Alternatively, substituting a known good PCM may effectively resolve the issue. If, after this replacement, DTC P0721 clears, replace the original PCM to restore the vehicle to optimal operational status. The final verification step for DTC P0721 involves ensuring that all necessary repairs have been made correctly. Begin by clearing the DTC from the system using the HDS, which resets the vehicle's onboard diagnostics. Once cleared, it's crucial to test drive the vehicle to evaluate whether the symptoms have been resolved adequately. During this test drive, pay close attention to the speedometer readings and any unusual transmission behaviors that were previously experienced. Finally, recheck for the reoccurrence of DTC P0721 using the diagnostic tools. Successful verification means that the error does not return, confirming that the root cause of the issue has been addressed, and the vehicle operates normally. To prevent future occurrences of DTC P0721, establishing a regimen of preventive maintenance is critical. Regularly inspect all wiring associated with the output shaft speed sensor for signs of wear, corrosion, or any physical damage. It's also essential to check the sensor connections periodically to ensure they are secure and free from contaminants that may disrupt electrical communication. Alongside these inspections, performing periodic comprehensive diagnostic checks can help identify potential issues before they manifest as fault codes or drivability problems. Taking these preventive measures not only aids in enhancing the longevity of your vehicle's transmission system, but ultimately contributes to a smoother driving experience and optimal vehicle performance. In summary, understanding and addressing DTC P0721 is essential for maintaining the performance of your Honda Civic. Early identification of symptoms, such as erratic speedometer readings and transmission issues, is critical for preventing more extensive damage. By following the detailed troubleshooting steps outlined in this presentation, you can effectively isolate and repair the issue, whether it be faulty wiring, a defective speed sensor, or routing errors within the system. Regular maintenance and timely diagnostics also play a vital role in ensuring the vehicle remains in top condition and preventing the recurrence of such DTCs. By being proactive with these steps, you ensure a safer and more reliable driving experience. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.